Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your angel reading for October 2017. I am using the Saints and Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, along with the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. So let's get started. This card over here is the theme. And this is about boredom, discontent, or it's about missed opportunities. Now, sometimes when I look at this card in this deck, she looks like the Statue of Liberty on her knees. And that I question sometimes if it's about freedom, either wanting freedom or not having enough freedom, but in terms of relationships, or in terms of love, or in terms of what you feel passionate about. And maybe you don't have the freedom to follow your dreams and to do the things that you feel passionate about. You get so caught up in having to pay your bills and having to do work to pay your bills that you never really get to enjoy yourself. And you can spend your entire life working at a job you don't like, and you never really get to enjoy yourself and do the things that you feel passionate about. So let's get started over here. And this card is the Emotions card. So it's all about your emotions and what you're feeling inside. And let's see what it's in reference to. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. So here again, it's about taking a break. He's resting and she's on her knees resting. So I'm not sure what the theme is. I'm going to probably just keep on going until it starts to make sense and it all starts to come together eventually. And the Queen of Wands, let me describe that kind of a person, whether that's you or somebody in your life. It could be you as a fire sign. So she is somebody who's full of energy, very motivated, a very hard worker, very passionate, very sexual. She's a go-getter and she's a natural leader. She's a very strong leader. So it may be coming to terms with your emotions. I mean, this could be somebody who's got a temper, maybe if you have a quick temper. Whether this is you or somebody outside of you isn't real clear here yet, and it might not be. But that's who this is. This is somebody who's very fiery, very passionate, and she could be, the shadow side of that person is somebody who could be a little too aggressive, maybe something of a temper. Well, let me keep on going. So the next card is Practice Makes Perfect. And we've got the Prince of Swords and the Judgment card. So the Prince of Swords is somebody who's rushing out to take action. He's doing something. I often see this card as the sword's energy is in the mind. So it's seeking wisdom, seeking knowledge, seeking truth. He's the fighter and the defender and the protector of the truth, of the knowledge, of the wisdom. And he's taking action in regards to those things. Judgment is when you are called, you have a calling to do something. So if this is something where, if this is in reference to your passions and what you feel passionate about, maybe this is about practicing those things. Whatever it is what are you dreaming about? Is it music? Is it art? Anything, any kind of activities that you've always wanted to do and you're not doing it. And this might here be the message about taking action to do that activity again. Pick up that instrument, pick up your pen, write your story, take up that sport, take up that activity, join that group, do whatever it is that makes you feel passionate and practice it. Practice makes perfect, because this is your calling. It's your calling in life, is to do these things that you feel passionate about. And this is the message about rushing out and taking action to do it. Don't let it pass you by. This is also about missed opportunities. So maybe you've got an opportunity right now to rush out and pick up that activity that you've let go, because life gets in the way, and we let go of the things we enjoy when life gets in the way and you have bills to pay. The next card is Mother. And when you read the book that comes with this set, in reference to your own mother and issues that you're having with your own mother. And praying to Mother Mary to help you with that assistance. I mean, it could mean anything. It could be you as a mother. It could be about your mother. Let me see what these cards have to say here. We've got the Hermit and the Ten of Hearts. So the Ten of Hearts is about a happy home life. So if you are the mother and you've got your family, it's about the happy home life. Or if it's in reference to your own mother, if it had to do with the happiness you felt in the home with your mother. And here's the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is about, these are kind of opposites. Like, I see this as the happy family in the home celebrating, and then this is somebody who's locking themselves in their room and closing their door. So maybe you're struggling with a teenage child who's kind of hiding out in their bedroom and not spending time with the rest of the family. Maybe this person is feeling sad and depressed and not participating in family activities. Maybe this person is feeling, this is discontent here. This is boredom and discontent. These two together, you know, when you think of teenagers hanging out in their bedrooms and they want to be left alone, but teenagers can tend to be sad and depressed. And, you know, this is also about not taking action and not doing the things. It's giving up the things that you enjoy. So either you're giving up the things that you enjoy, or you have a child who's giving up all of the things that they enjoy. And that's a message to pay attention to that if that's the case. You as the mother, I think it's a message for you to pay attention to your child right now. If you have a child who's spending a lot of time alone, maybe you need to start asking that child or questioning why they're doing that and see why they are unmotivated, why they're discontent and bored, and why they don't want to participate in family functions, because there might be something going on in their lives that they're not sharing with you. Then we have forgiveness. Now, if I want to look at this card in conjunction with the mother card, this could also be a message about your mother. If you have issues about your mother, and to forgive your mother. Maybe you didn't have a happy childhood. Maybe your childhood was miserable. Maybe you were the one that cooped up in your room. Maybe you were kept isolated from the rest of the family, or maybe you didn't have this family. Maybe you grew up with a mother who was a single mother and you didn't have this experience with a family, and you spent a lot of time alone and you feel resentful for that and you're blaming her for that. And this could also be the message to forgive her. Forgive and move on. Forgive her and move on in your life. And here's the Strength card. It's about the inner strength. It's finding the strength to forgive. And this is just a message to forgive in general, whatever this forgiveness is about. If you feel like you've had to give up the things that you feel passionate about, or if you're feeling sad, or if this could describe your mother. Maybe you had a mother who was this fiery, passionate woman who had all these ideals, but maybe she yelled at you a lot. Maybe she was very aggressive and yelled at you. Maybe she sent you to your room a lot, as the Hermit card. Maybe she sent you to your room and made you spend a lot of time in your room and you feel resentful towards her. And here's this Forgiveness card because of the emotions. So maybe she had very strong emotions that were kind of, maybe they were unbalanced and she was a little too harsh. And this is the message for forgiveness about your own particular mother. And this is about having the strength, having the inner strength to do that, and finding that strength and that courage within you to forgive her and to move on with your life and build your own life for yourself and let that go. And here's the Princess of Hearts. The Princess cards are, it's the equivalent of a page in other tarot decks. She's the messenger. She's the communicator. This is the message or the communication regarding your emotions. So this is falling underneath the emotions here and this forgiveness. So if you had a mother who had very strong emotions and you have issues with her regarding your childhood, and this is the message for you to forgive. Maybe you need to send her a card. Maybe you need to just express your feelings, or this is you as the messenger. Maybe you need to find the courage to have this conversation with her. Maybe you haven't spoken to her in a long time. And this is the card that's telling you that maybe it's time for you to get the courage to contact her, have this conversation with her, communicate with her if it's been a long time. Whether you feel resentful and you're choosing not to speak to her, or maybe she has turned her back on you. Maybe she kicked you out of the family. Maybe this is you isolated from the rest of the family because of her. And this is a message about finding the strength to communicate with her, get in touch with her, and have a conversation with her in some way. And forgive. Forgive her, or maybe she needs to forgive you. Maybe you did something that she turned her back on you for some reason. So it's about reconnecting with her so that she can forgive you. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe she needs to forgive you for something. But I think in that it's always about two people coming together and both of you forgiving one another. This is the Healthful Eating card. And this is about healthy eating for a healthy heart. And here we've got the Prince of Hearts. Healthy eating for a healthy heart. Sometimes it's not about, don't stop eating altogether. It's your choice of foods. It's what you eat. Maybe you're eating the wrong kinds of foods. Sometimes people crave certain kinds of foods because they're lacking certain nutrients and vitamins. And then you develop cravings to make up for that. So if you find, you might have to do some research on that, and or go to a dietitian or go to your physician and find out ways. I would say a dietitian, or go online, or go to a holistic healer, because Western medicine, when you go to a doctor, they're not as strong on how to eat healthy eating. I mean, some of them are, but a lot of them will give you medication, and then you have all the side effects of the medication. And I'm not telling you in any way to stop any kind of medication. I'm just saying to figure out how to eat healthy for your heart, to figure out what foods are best for you, what nutrients and vitamins that you might be lacking, and how to make up for that in your eating habits. And sometimes the cravings that you have are because of those deficiencies, and maybe you need to figure out what you're lacking in your diet so you can stop the cravings for those foods that are bad for your heart. And the Prince of Hearts, I'm going to throw this out there because this is also about romance. He's the Romeo card. He's the person coming into your life to sweep you off your feet. So healthful eating, maybe it's about getting yourself healthy. Because sometimes when you eat unhealthy foods, it can affect your mood. And you can have wild mood swings, or, when your blood sugar drops, they call it hangry. when you're angry because you're hungry, you're hangry. And there you go with your emotions. So maybe your emotions can get out of whack if you're not eating well. If you're skipping meals and you're hungry, and some people don't feel hunger pains in their stomach. They just feel like they're going to pass out, or they get really angry if they haven't eaten because of that drop in their blood sugar. So this is a message also maybe that goes along with these emotions and how your eating habits are affecting your emotions and your moods. And here's the Six of Swords. It's about leaving something behind. So leave your old habits behind. Seek out the knowledge about gaining better eating habits. Even if it's just, eat an apple a day, 1 apple a day. Start somewhere, start simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Eat an apple a day. Start a little bit. Just introduce a couple of fruits that you enjoy, and try to introduce some healthy foods into your diet. And that that will improve your health. And here's our last card of generosity. And we've got the Tower card, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So when I see these two together, I see generosity in helping to rebuild people who've lost homes, and helping places around the world where people are lacking homes. The Pentacles energy is about money, and it's about home, and this is also about health. So it's new beginnings with money, home, and health. And the Tower card is when there's been some sudden event in your life that can turn your world upside down. Whether this happened to you or happened to other people, this is a message about the generosity and the outpouring of generosity for people who find themselves in situations that are out of their control, where they're lacking money and they're lacking their homes and their health is affected because of it. You know, there's a lot going on in Puerto Rico right now. There's a lot going on in a lot of places in the United States right now. And there's all over the world this is occurring, where people's homes are not conducive to good health. They're living in they've got poor living conditions. So this is a card about generosity where that is concerned. So that's your reading for the month. That's your angel reading. I've done others. You can go to my channel, click on playlists, and look up the folder for Sagittarius, and you can find every reading that I've done for Sagittarius for the month of September and for the month of October. I'm a brand new channel. Please subscribe if you found some value in this video. Like it if you liked it or not, and comment below. I love to see comments. So I hope to see you back next month. Take care and God bless.